Welcome to This Academic Life, Episode 1.
This is an academic podcast for everyone who inspires to be a successful STEM educator and researcher. Hi, my name is Lucy Zhang. I'm a professor in mechanical engineering.
In each show, we share stories and look into the incredible journey that impacts STEM education and research. Hi, my name is Pania Newell. I'm also a professor in mechanical engineering.
Our goal is to encourage, inspire, and support each other as we all explore and thrive in this academic life. Hi, my name is Kim Michelle Lewis. I'm a professor of physics and associate dean of research. Lucy, Panya, and I are your hosts for this show. We are so excited to have you join us. In our first episode, we will tell you about ourselves and start at the beginning of our journey. I received a Bachelor's of Science in Physics at Dillard University, a historically Black college and university. I received my PhD in Applied Physics and a Master's in Electrical Engineering at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. I began my tenure-track career at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, also known as RPI, in the Department of Physics and Astronomy. I met Lucy at RPI's faculty orientation. After working there for 11 years, I moved to Howard University, a historically Black college and university in Washington, D.C. At Howard, I am the Associate Dean of Research and full professor of physics. My research area is in condensed matter physics with expertise in electron transport and nanoscale systems and molecular electronics.
As Kim mentioned, we met at the orientation at RPI back in 2006. I grew up in China and moved to the States when I was a teenager. I attended a high school in a suburb of Chicago. Upon graduating from high school, my whole family moved to the upstate New York. I went to one of the SUNY schools, Binghamton University, for my bachelor's degree. I then moved back to Chicago and got my master's and PhD from Northwestern. Immediately after my PhD studies, I was hired by Tulane University in New Orleans and started my academic career as an assistant professor. Unfortunately, 2 years in, Hurricane Katrina hit the city. As a result, the entire engineering school was shut down permanently. I had no choice, but had to move yet once again. In 2006, I moved to RPI, restarting as an assistant professor. My research is in computational mechanics, developing numerical methods for multiphysics and multi-scale engineering applications. And that's how I met Panya.
As Lucy mentioned, I'm also in the field of computational mechanics. But how did I get there? I grew up in Tehran, the capital of Iran. Unfortunately, because of my religious background, I was not allowed to attend any public or private schools. So I studied in an underground university. After getting my bachelor's in civil engineering, which was the only option in the engineering track at that university at the time, I came to the US as a refugee and got my master's and PhD in civil engineering. Then I joined Sandia National Laboratories as a postdoc, and I stayed there as a staff for a couple of years before joining the University of Utah. My research has been heavily involved with developing theoretical and numerical framework for various mechanics problems, and that's how I got to meet Lucy. Simply having similar research interests and attending similar conferences. Lucky me.
Let's first talk about what this show is about. Our goal is to set up a platform to provide continuity in discussions of our everyday academic lives. Unlike the panels that we have seen and experienced in many large communities and conferences, we believe that continuity is really the key to promote discussions and growth. There are several academic podcasts out there, but none of them is really focused on how to survive and succeed academics in STEM fields. There are some unique challenges in STEM fields. In particularly, we'll be discussing research and teaching trends, technologies that we all adopt for best practices, proposal writings, and paper writings. And we'll also discuss expectations and requirements for promotions and tenure that are very specific to STEM academic careers. We will be sharing triumphant stories in research and education from people all over the world. We'll be talking about work and life balance, and we'll also be discussing and address issues that are so significant in our STEM fields, such as academic equity and biases.
You may wonder how often we will release an episode and in what form. We are planning to release one episode every 2 weeks. These episodes can have one of the two formats, Conversation 360 or special guest interviews. For episodes that are formatted as Conversation 360, we will have a roundtable discussion with our panelists from undergraduate and graduate students to postdocs, from faculty members at different stages of their career to deans and vice presidents. And we will discuss and talk about different perspectives in this academic life. For episodes that are formatted as special guest interviews, we will interview a guest who would share their views and experiences on a particular topic that would benefit our audience.
Our targeted audience and correspondents are tenure and non-tenure track assistant professors, senior faculty, administrators, research faculty, professors of practice, undergraduate and graduate students interested in academic research or the professorship, and postdoctoral researchers pondering whether they should go into the academy or industry. We want to reach an audience who may want to know more about the life in a university setting or being a professor. As an African-American female physicist, I encourage parents and family members of first-generation children who are attending college to listen to this podcast. There are still a large number of students of color who are the first in their family to attend college. I make this statement with my own parents, family, godchildren, niece, friends, and neighbors who have no idea what I do when I'm at work. This podcast is for parents who have no idea what their daughter or son face as a professor, the racism, the students, the lectures, the research, and the politics. Nevertheless, this podcast is for you, any listener who want to support those pursuing this academic life.
Find us at thisacademiclife.org or follow us on Facebook. Join us next time for the good, the bad, and the ugly of this academic life.